You know, sometimes I wish I knew what I knew, but I wish I were you. And what I meant to phrase that was, I wish I were you and know what I know. I want to know and I want to tell you who makes the real money in the car business. The real money is made by the auctions. Why? Because they're consigning cars. Now, as you get to think about it, consigning the cars makes a lot of sense to me because all the wholesalers, dealers, new car dealers and everything are running these cars to the auction and consigning them. Auction fees are absolutely insane this day and time. So how do we avoid those auction fees? Now, over the past 50 years, I've been in the car business, and I can actually tell you I have sold a ton of cars that I never even purchased. I used the auctions and I used other dealers. I actually brokered out a lot of cars. Now, the key to doing that, of course, is having your dealer's license, because once you've got your dealer's license as a wholesaler, you have a license to be a broker. Now, these auctions, our auctions around the area, have about 10 to 15,000 cars that they run in a week's time. There's no way that any dealer can stock that kind of inventory. But what does the auction want to do? They want to sell that inventory. So if you build your business around yourself, and this is where we're headed, okay? I want to tell you, I'm following exactly, this is why I post this video, because I am actually headed in a direction that I'm teaching. This is the way that I always do things. The best way to motivate myself is to continuously get in front of this camera or get in front of my notepad and say, this is where I want to be. What I want to do is sell an absolute ton of cars, okay? I want to help you sell a ton of cars. But I want to do that with as little investment as I have to make. I don't want to go out here, I don't want to be confined to these car lots and waiting for the customers to come in on my car lot, competing with the car lot down the road, paying overhead, paying insurance, paying everything that is associated with owning a car lot, paying salesman's commissions, out competing against my peers to buy cars. This is not what I want to do. And I'm actually planting this seed. This is where I want my son to be. Now, our goal is very simple here. That is to help people get into the car business the very way I got into the car business, with less than $1,000, and start rolling over. Yes, I bought a few cars. I still have a lot less inventory than a lot of people out there on the car lots have. They have literally hundreds and $1,000s worth of inventory and are generally living off of 10% of that investment. I don't want that. Everything I invest in, I want an immediate return. Now, I want to point out to you, by having a car broker's license or a car wholesaler's license, it puts you into the auction. Here's where I think a lot of brokers, I know a lot of brokers mess up. They want to work with dealers. I don't want to work with dealers. I'm going straight to the source. I'm going straight to the auction house. I'm going to be at that auction day in, day out when that auction is running. I'm going to look at the particular cars that I want to represent. I'm going to pay attention to who bought those cars. I've got access to the auction. I'm going to let them know, hey, I'm going to move that car, but I'm going to sell it right from the auction facility. I'm not going to pay the fees on it. I'll negotiate the transaction with the auction facility. it's easy to do. I've done it so many times. Or I've watched the dealer buy that car. When the dealer buys that car, I take note of that car, or I've actually got it in my workbook who bought the car, so I can literally consign that car even from that dealer. It's easy for me to negotiate with what I'm willing to accept as far as a fee if I sell that car, because I know what he paid for it. I was at the auction when he bought it. I have done this so many times, and this is where I want to go. I don't want to be confined to this lot. Now, that's me. You know, there's a lot of, I say a lot, there's some people out there that don't agree with my business philosophy. That's great, but they're nice people, and I get that a lot. And I just don't want this overhead, and I don't want to sit here day in, day out being tied to this lot. Let me run to an auction, or let me go out and deliver cars, or let me do things. I'm a mobile person. I don't like routes. I don't like my ass sitting in an office chair waiting for somebody to come here. I'd rather be on the phone talking a business deal and doing things of that nature. And I don't need this lot to do it. Literally, you can start your car dealership today. All you have to have is a wholesaler's license. You have to have access to get into that auction so you can start selling that auction's inventory. Once you get your name out there, that you've got access to that auction, you're going to be amazed at how many people that want to come to you and buy a car from you, strictly not because you own the car, because you know about cars. This day and time, it's about your personal service. There's cars everywhere, but the biggest thing you're going to find out, it's not about the car you have. It's about your personal service and the cars you can get. And once you have that license, you can get a lot of them. This is where I'm headed. This is why I say, if I were you, and I know what I know, I'd be perfect. If I could back it all up and do it from here, I know exactly what I'd do. And that's where I would be. I would be you. I would be at those auctions. I'd be taking my notes. I would be building my personal services as an auction broker. Here's the key to it. Be an auction broker. Not a car dealer broker, not a car broker, an auction broker. I believe that. I'm pursuing that. I'm building that business along with my son, and I will not be stopped from that goal. Thank you. Please subscribe to this channel. I look forward to seeing you.